how you lay it down. Like this patch of driveway, I swept this off in the beginning to make sure there's no rocks, because if there's a little pebble on there and you lean on it, it'll put a big dimple in there and it'll ruin that piece. So our measurement is 60 we're using for this window. So I just roll it over here. Then you put a little clamp, not too tight because it'll dimple it if it's a real tight clamp. But you just sit that here on the back side of the roll. That way it doesn't want to roll off onto the pavement. Once it gets the pavement, it gets scratched up real easy. So don't need that. So what was our measurement, Daniel? Is it 60?
60.
All right. So, see, that's exactly why I hold this down, because my tape measure didn't move. So I'm holding it down. 60. Grab this wrap. So remember, we had that 60 includes excess. So this doesn't have to be super exact. It can be a little rough. But we do that, and then you have my card. So then I take my measurement card that I've got with me, I put it on that side towards me, and I'm going to score this 2 or 3 times with my knife. And this is pretty thick gauge coil. Not all is this thick. Some you might only have to score once. But see how that I pulled off the end there? It keeps you from destroying your drop cloth.
Look at this guy.
And having a bunch of slits in it. Which doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you do a few hundred windows, you start going through drop cloths. So I've scored it 3 times, and now I'm going to pick it up. And I'm trying not to put too much pressure on any one point, but you see how I got the roll kind of right where the score is? I'm going to take out and I'm going to put my forearms on it, and with one press together, it should snap off.
Are you kidding me?
I am not.
Look at this guy.
So now we got to do math. We got to do fractions. If you don't like fractions, I don't know any other way to do it. So I'm going to lay my tape out. And mind you, this is all the backside. We're working on the backside. This is an almond color, but the opposite side is a white. You know what I mean? So this is white to match our vinyl windows. So
they give it the cream color just to like help you know which is the back and front.
Well, no, it does double duty. If someone orders almond colored windows, it's the same roll coil. You just use the other side.
Oh, okay. So it's the same both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah, almond's a pretty common color, especially in subdivisions. A lot of those had almond windows. So I don't know why, but so anyway, so this is 60. So we're gonna start with our bottom, and so I got to do all my bottom measurements. So I go 3, 2 3/8, 1 1/4. So I go to 3. I do a short mark. Then I add to that 2 3/8. So 3 plus 2 3/8 is 5 3/8. Another short mark. The last measurement is 1 1/4. So I add my quarter. Let's see. I usually add the fraction part first. So 3/8 plus the quarter is 5/8. Then plus another 1 full inch. So 5 5/8, 6 5/8. And that's the last measurement on that bottom piece. So I do long mark. What this means when I'm on the metal brake is bend, bend, cut.
Okay.
So, and then I will label it window 3, bottom piece, 3B. And then what I usually do is at this cut mark, I will label the actual measurement, because we're going to do this again down there. And it's really easy to screw up your fractions. And so when you can look at your tape measure, look at the other end you've already done, say 6 5/8, 6 5/8, yeah, we're good. Because if I did this, chances are I'm not going to do the math wrong twice in a row. It happens, but chances are you'll get different measurements and you'll know you screwed up the measurements, so you need to remark it. So top. So now 2 3/4, so I got to add 3/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, plus 2 inches, 7 3/8, 9 3/8. I'm really not even looking at the numbers, I'm looking at the hash marks. That's the easiest way for me to do it. And so then 2 1/4. So I add the quarter, 9 and what is that?
11.
9 and, wait, sorry, 1/4. 9 5/8 plus 2 1/4 is gonna be 11 5/8. 11 5/8. So that's the last measurement, so that's a cut. 11 5/8, and that is 3, the piece is 3
That's the top.
T, exactly. Because remember, the top is only 2 measurements,
Yeah.
it's not 3. So the rest of these get a little funkier. So we're starting off, and this is, I remember I screwed this up. This is the right piece. So I'm gonna mark that right now so don't forget 3R. So we're going 2 3/4, 2 5/8. So So I'm gonna add 3/4 to that. We go 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. No, I got 12 3/8, so I need to go 14 3/8. That's a bend. Now I need to go 2 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 plus the 2 is 17. That's another bend, and the last measurement is 3/4. So 17 to 17 3/4. That's the last measurement, so that's a cut. 17 3/4. I labeled it 3R. We're good. We'll see if we can fit this last piece on here. This last piece is left, so that's third window L, left 3L. So there we go, 2 3/4. It's so much easier when you get back on the quarter marks. The eighths get confusing. So what did I say? 2 3/4. So I go 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. I'm at 18.5 plus 2 is 20.5. Then 2.5. So the half is 21. That gets us to 23. And then the last one is 3/4. That would take us only a 1/4 inch from the edge of the sheet. That's hard to do, so I'm just gonna let it be. I know that 3/4 inch mark. I can kind of make it where I want, so I'm not gonna bother with another cut there. That's the end of the piece. So that worked out almost perfect. Okay, now second verse, same as the first. I'll try and go through this one faster, so you don't have to film me talking about it.
This one, it went a quarter over.
It went a quarter over, but because we're
just
slipping it
kinda
into a slot, you know what I mean? I had chosen 3/4 as an easy depth, but it saves me work to only do one because I know that slot has
Instead of cutting a quarter of an inch.
right, and that's harder to do on the brake too.
I would
the smaller
imagine.
the piece, the harder it is to
Kind
run
of
the
like
brake.
cutting a tiny piece of drywall.
Exactly.
like-
They tend to just things deform right at the edge, you know.
Sure.
So I'm gonna go through this piece a little quicker with the math here. And I'm always going in order down the sheet. That's how I know. And if I get confused, I can look up and say, which piece was I on? Oh yeah, 3B, 3T. Another good reason to label them down there. So, bottom is 3 plus 2 3/8, 5 3/8, and then 1 1/4. So I'm going 5 5/8, so 6 5/8. 6 5/8. Yep. Okay. We go top, 2 3/4. Let's go 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Plus the 2 is 11, and no. 7 3/8. So I'm going to 9 3/8. That's a bend. Wait, crap! I lost track of my pieces. Whoop! Looked the wrong one. So here I go. 3/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 7 3/8. So 9 3/8. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that is the right piece. And then I go 2 1/4, so that's 1/4, 9 5/8. So 11 5/8. That's a cut. Was 11 5/8? It is. So So now I'm on R. So then I have 2 3/4. I'm gonna go 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So then I go 14 3/8. Bend. 2 5/8. 17, right? And